Welcome to part 2 of week 4, Mind Your Mindset. And today we're going to talk about patience. I love quick results, and I believe that many of you do too. We live in a microwave society. We want instant gratifications and don't want to wait on the oven to heat up, let alone heat up our food. Ironically, I teach people how to go through processes, but I don't like it for myself. I don't have the patience. I grew up in church and I skipped every scripture that talked about patience, especially in the fruit of the Spirit, even though you technically can't separate those traits. However, skipping those scriptures didn't mean I wasn't tested. It only meant that I didn't have a strategy to help me through the process when I felt like it took forever to obtain the results I wanted. I had to learn to chill and realize things happen when they are supposed to happen. I thought patience meant that I had to stop and wait for the results because if I was doing something, that meant God wouldn't work. As an adult, I realized that a lot of scriptures were not taught in full context, but that's another story for another day. This is why we need to take charge of our own learning, whether that's from scriptures, books, lectures, whatever. I realized that patience doesn't mean that I had to stop working or moving forward. Instead, it meant to be calm in your attitude while staying in action. As I've grown in my personal development journey, I had to remember that regardless of the pace of the progress, I am growing and moving, and the things I desire will come. I have to grow into the person I need to be so I can handle what I desire. There is no need in rushing to get $1 million when you haven't learned how to manage the $1,000, $10,000, or $100,000. However, there are increments at the levels of each one of the markers. So if you want to make six figures, remember 6 figures is not just $100,000. There are a lot of different levels to that before you make $1 million. You can go from 10,000 to 50,000. And this applies to all the areas in the 9 environments. You can be a 3.5 in health now and then shift to a 3.8. No need to rush to a 10 in that area when you are just starting out. It's important to check your evidence as well. This is why tracking progress is important. Mind your mindset, trust your vision and the present, and know that the product is coming. Time to mind your mindset. Here's your self-work. When I get anxious, I go back to my affirmations or meditations or the intentions. For example, I'm expanding every day and quickly moving towards the goal of, and you fill in the blank. Here's a reminder, the vision is yet for the appointed future time. It hurries towards the goal of fulfillment. It will not fail. Even though it delays, wait patiently for it because it will certainly come. It will not delay. Habakkuk 2:3. In what ways are you growing impatient? When I'm impatient, I review my vision and the goals I've written down for myself. I also review older journal entries where I've tracked my progress in the 9 environments to see my growth. When I see how much I've progressed, it immediately throws me out of the vibration of impatience and into one of awe and thanksgiving, like, oh my gosh, I actually did make progress. When was the last time you took a look at the vision from week 1? It's important to remind yourself of how far you have come so that you can see all of the work wasn't in vain. If you're feeling impatient, it may be time to revisit it. I want you to make a note of 2 things. These questions were a game changer for me when I was asked them, and I hope they'll be a game changer for you. Is the vision still the same? How is it different? In the process of growth, there is no definite way to be. We have the ability to course correct if we need it. I had no idea I could do this. I knew I could control my actions, but I thought once I made the choice, then I had to accept that path. Things changed when I realized that I could keep re-choosing. This helped with a lot of patience. I like to hear that your vision from 4 weeks ago was just a start, and now you have an even bigger vision now. If so, that's great. Write it down. If it's still the same, that's great news too. You were clearly intuitively connected to God or your higher power, so you already knew the path you needed to be on. What have you done to get going on the vision? And I want you to celebrate that. I'm a huge fan of celebrating. What gets celebrated gets repeated. If you can ride the wave of that vibration, it will bring you even more things to celebrate and be thankful for. 4 weeks ago, you wrote down a vision, and ever since then, you have been making strides to make it happen. You need to celebrate the fact that you are still moving forward. Do you know how many people have similar visions as you but haven't taken action? Not a couple, not hundreds, not thousands, but millions. Be thankful for where you are, but know that there is still so much more ahead. Be patient, and as we said in week 1, trust the vision. Happy writing.